Agile addresses client need differently because you speak to the client regularly throughout the process and you work in short, intensive sprints in multi-sectoral teams.
It gives us an opportunity to figure out how we can raise our game and do things better.
I like Agile because it's a different way of thinking.
And it's trying to eliminate bureaucracy.
Agile requires a change in culture and value and how you operate and view your work. So it moves from being about contract negotiation, comprehensive documentation, following a very set plan and having a series of processes and tools that you rely on, to thinking more about working with your customer or your client and putting them at the center of everything you do. Focus on your overall output to them, and then being able to adapt to change because your client won't always know what they want.
What I would like to get out of this is a lot more interaction among the country team members. You know, we have tended through the years to be put in silos, and so the education people work only with education people, the transportation people only with the transportation people, and many of the challenges that we face are cross-sectoral. So we need people to give ideas to each other, to cross-fertilize each other. And even though the projects might still be narrow, there are many things that we can gain by having the different teams talk to each other.
So Uganda is one of those countries which doesn't have a particularly good profile within the World Bank right now. The program has been struggling for a number of years. We've had a number of inspection panel cases, a number of other controversies along the way. And this has really, I think, brought a deterioration in our dialogue and in our relationship with the government. So Agile is an opportunity for us to look within ourselves to see, are there ways in which we can be more effective? So it's not just about being right, but it's also about being effective. So can we figure out how we can be more effective in this environment? So it's really, I think, when the odds are sort of stacked against you a little bit, doing business as usual isn't going to get you where you need to be. And this is where we need to take a fresh look at how we do business and see if we can figure out new and better ways of working as a country team.
Those are the seats for the one driving, and the guests, the golfers, and then this is for pulling the golf.
We've added a garden that has some space for your dog. Yeah, flowers, outdoor space. We have a nice roof that you can sit here in a veranda.
First of all, it was fun, different from the usual PowerPoint presentations and listening to long speeches. So it was extremely fun. It enabled us to use our mind. It enabled us to play, use our hands, and really forget about the different positions or who we are, but just bring in the creativity. So I think it was a good tool to help explain how we need to work together as teams, how we need to consult and think. Yeah, excellent choice of tools.
I think the use of Lego was very helpful in terms of providing a practical assessment on the work that we do. It enables you to see that when you have scarce resources, you have limited time, you have different requirements or different needs from the client, but you also have different resources within the bank, for example. So you have to be able to see how you can work as a team, be able to maximize on the limited resources that you have, but also work within the limited time to be able to deliver a product that the client actually requires.
It has a roof, this is the entrance, and everything else is inside. We now have a general understanding that in order to work together, first we must understand what the customer wants. We must do a bit, then go back to check with the customer whether we are on the right path. And if we are not, if he corrects us, we incorporate and keep working on it until we achieve the customer's dream or project.
I think the biggest challenge that we have many, but the big one is related to safeguards. And I'm speaking in Uganda, and we work in Kenya, countries where we have many challenges related to environmental and social safeguards. The new framework we have is very strong and very solid, but at the same time is heavy. It's heavy in processes, it's heavy in the amount of work that needs to be done. And so our clients do want us to be a bit faster to come up with better solutions in this. So that I think that is the area where I would say Agile needs to come in.